Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we're jumping right into the action here after a rough race at Richmond, putting us 1 point out of the cut line right now in the playoffs. And we come straight through here to the Charlotte Roval, a track that we had a lot of success at in NASCAR Heat 3. So I had a lot of high hopes coming in to this race here. I didn't have a good qualifying lap. I did make a mistake in the bus stop. Still getting used to the bus stop here on the back straightaway though, as the green flag is out here at the Charlotte Roval. This is obviously a two-race episode again as we go down towards turns one, trying to make it 3 wide on the outside of these guys. This race was a 25% race now as we come through these next few corners. The left-hander now down towards turns 3 and turns 4 as well. They're trying to get past our rival of Elliott Sadler. That was kind of the biggest obstacle on this opening lap here as we come through down the little straightaway beside Greg Gaulding. There you see Sadler just up ahead now as we just about into the wall there, making a little bit of a mistake here, sticking our nose up the inside of the 23 of John Hunter Nemechek now as we come through into the left-hander. So up inside of the top 10 here now as we approach the oval section of the course. Now a little bit of contact there with the 23 of John Hunter Nemechek now as we rejoin the oval portion of the track. P10 at the moment as we slide in behind the 23, getting that draft as we come through oval turns 2. Now as we go down this back straightaway, Noah Gregson on the far outside now as we slow down a little bit early, making sure I don't make a big mistake as Greg Gaulding is right on my back bumper now as we come through into the bus stop. No issue, so we got through there really well actually. Now as this first and second stage are very short, only 3 laps in this one and 2 in the second one. This is a 25% race, so they're still clearly pretty short stages now as we come through oval turns 3 and turns 4, passing Gregson. Now we're going to look up the inside of the 23 of Nemechek. A very bold move early in this race, and it works very well as we come through to complete the first lap in P8, and we would come through continuing now onto the final lap of this first stage. Still P8, closer to Elliott Sadler as we go down into this bus stop, up on the turtles a bit. Obviously hitting the turtles is just as dangerous in the game as it is in real life there. Sadler looked like he might have gotten on it there as we come through in oval turns 3 and turns 4. Austin Cindric actually leading the way as we came through towards these final corners here in this first opening stage. Now as we go down towards the final chicane, close to Sadler now as we come through, getting through there really well though. We look up the inside, contact is made with Sadler as we cross the line. Sadler though hangs on to the position and we get credited with the 8th position here in the first stage. Austin Cindric wins stage 1. Our teammate Cole Custer in P2, so a very solid result for Cole Custer, and our other teammate of the 98 of Chase Briscoe is nowhere inside the top 10, so not a good opening stage for him as we get ready to start the second stage here at the Charlotte Roval. P8 as we get ready to go green as the green flag is indeed out here, and it's only a 2-lap stage this time around now in stage 2 as we go down into turns 1, once again doing the same thing that we did in the initial start here in stage 1, making it 3 wide on the outside of drivers, trying to get past Elliott Sadler now as we go down towards turns 3 behind Justin Allgaier. Sadler not giving us a lot of room, but he did give me just enough now as we come through into turns 4 on the inside of the 51 of Jeremy Clements as we go down the straightaway, now up inside the top 5 here on the start. And I forgot to mention, you may see some pink on the car. The number is pink, and there is a pink line, obviously being October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I decided pretty much we're going to run a pink car here, obviously with the number being pink and a pink line, at least for the rest of the playoffs since it is October here in this career mode. Now it's come through oval turns 1 and turns 2 on the exit of the corner, using that draft from Justin Allgaier as we go down this back straightaway, braking at the 1 marker now as we go down into the bus stop. Got through there pretty well, right on the bumper, putting the pressure on Allgaier now as we come through on the exit of the bus stop. A great exit, and now we look to the inside of Allgaier, and we get past him and take over P4 now as we would try to run down our teammate of Cole Custer, but didn't quite have it now as we go down into the chicane here. Approaching lap 2 though, we blow it right through, go over the turtle, up on off the ground as Allgaier clears me. And Sadler coming quickly, so I get to the inside because I know what's coming. He hits us, and he goes spinning into the barrier through turns 1, and that's actually going to end stage 2 a lap early now as a caution flies. As, like I said, I screwed up. Cindric wins the stage, but I screwed up, and I knew Sadler was coming quickly, so I tried to protect the bottom, making sure he wasn't just going to plow into me. He found a way to hit me anyways, though, as we would get ready to start the third and final stage here at the Charlotte Roval. Obviously, no harm done to our car, but Sadler really messed over his race as we're going to take it 3 wide into turn turns 1 with Custer and Christopher Bell included. Now as we exit turn 1, down into turns 2, we take over the second position here at the Charlotte Roval behind the leader of Cindric. Bell tries to stick his nose up the right-hand side, so I'm giving him the room as we go down through turns 4 now. As we exit the corner, Bell on my right rear, but he doesn't quite have the speed as we get clear down the straightaway as we go down into turns 5. So a great start for us here in this third and final stage. It was very aggressive on my part as we go through turn 6 down into turn 7 as well, approaching turn 8 on the oval section of the course now. Bell lurking behind as we take over, like I said, that second position. P2 is exactly what we need to be doing now as we came through at the end of this lap, actually getting through the chicane really well. A little bit there on the turtle, I think, getting up off the ground just a little bit there as we hit 4 laps to go. At this point, I was setting a pretty good pace and I was just ever so slightly closing in on Austin Cindric, but I didn't quite have the pace in the long run that I was hoping for, because as we came through now on lap 14, Bell had actually run me back down and started putting on the pressure. Cindric had started actually pulling away, so my car starting to fall off. I'm starting to make a little few mistakes, and those mistakes obviously are costing us time each and every time I make one of those mistakes. Now as we came through with 2 laps to go, Bell though going up the inside, a very late dive bomb from Christopher Bell as we go down into turns 1, and now we have to give him the room as we go down into the left-hander. That second corner is really, in my opinion, the most dangerous part of the track, because every time I was going into that corner, the back end was trying to snap out on me, and I would have to catch it every time. But we would hold on to P2 over Christopher Bell as we came through now to the final lap here at the Charlotte Roval. Cindric almost 3 seconds ahead at this point. We had pulled out a little bit more of a gap to the 7 now, who had occupied the 3rd place of Justin Allgaier. I make a mistake there through, I believe that was turn 6 down once again into turn 7. So obviously if you make a mistake in turn 6, it's going to mess you up in turn 7, as you saw me there hit the barrier there and put some damage on the right side of the car here on this final lap in the Charlotte Roval. There you see Austin Cindric trying to hang on for the victory here at the Roval now and lock himself into the next round of the playoffs as we go down this back straightaway, breaking at the 1 marker as we go down into this bus stop for the final time, pretty deep into the corner, but we get through there very well as Cindric is long gone now as we rejoin back into the oval turns 3, now into oval turns 4 as well. Behind us it's Allgaier and Bell, but they just aren't quite close enough now as Austin Cindric comes through into the final corners as we're going to follow through. It's not going to be a win today at the Charlotte Roval, but it's going to be P2 behind Austin Cindric and Allgaier 3rd, Christopher Bell P4, and there you see the rest of your top 10. Greg Galding just hangs on to a top 10 position. So now 18 points to the good going into Dover, which is the cutoff race. So we're going to cut straight through into Dover. You saw the playoff grid. Cole Custer outside right now, I believe, of the cut line, so he's going to be in need of a very good race as the green flag is out now, and we are underway for the final race of this opening round of the playoffs. Can we make it into the next round? I think we can. Obviously 18 points to the good. Dover, another track that I struggle at quite a bit with just preset setups, so I knew we were kind of in for a rough one today, so we're definitely going to just have to manage everything we can now as we go down this back straightaway into turn 3, as there you see Tyler Reddick on the outside and Chastain on our outside there as he's making contact with me now as we come through on the exit of turn 4 heading down this front straightaway. P14 as we cross the line, so obviously we just don't quite have the speed that we would like. This was a 13% race there as we look up the inside of our Stuart Hans Racing teammate of Chase Briscoe. Now as we get into the left rear there of Williams as we almost turn him on the exit of turn 2. Big mistake on my part, but we would actually be able to climb up to P9 as we came through into the final lap at this point in the opening stage. Jeffrey Earnhardt leading the way. He's not in the playoffs, so he's not a factor now as we come through on the exit of turn 4 heading down the front straightaway. We do come through to get P9 here in stage 1, so I was fairly happy with that, to say the least. Ryan Sieg rounds out the top 10. Jeffrey Earnhardt, like I said, wins the stage here, so obviously no playoff points for him, but we would get ready to start second stage here from P9 at Dover. Gregson on the front row, the best right now of the playoff drivers. He leads that JRM team right now as the green flag is back out. Stage 2 is underway. It's a terrible restart for the one of Michael Annette, and obviously he gets a terrible restart. We're right behind him, so we also get a terrible restart, and we lose the positions now down to P11, as I believe that was Justin Haley trying to look at my outside now as we look to the inside of the 39 of Ryan Sieg. Sieg and the Lombard Bros. Gaming Cars, we exit turn 2, making contact with the 39, but he hangs on to it thankfully now as we go down towards turns 3 behind Ray Black Jr. Now as we come through the center of the corner, this is a 5-lap second stage as we exit turn 4 behind us. Chase Briscoe, our teammate, in need of a good run as well. Cole Custer up ahead, our other SHR teammate, in trouble right now at the playoff picture. He's run P2, P1, top 3 in the point standings all season long, and he is on the verge of being eliminated in round 1 of the playoffs simply because he didn't pick up enough bonus points. Now as he came through on lap 5 of 5 in the second stage, we actually made a mistake into turns 1, and C gets past us now as we come through on the exit of turn 2, heading down this back straightaway. At this point the car is starting to slip away from me as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in the second stage. Sieg on that far outside, and Ray Black Jr. gets a pretty good run on the exit of the corner. He's going to edge us out as we cross the line to get P12 in the second stage. So 3 spots worse than stage 1. Jeffrey Earnhardt once again wins the stage and just really struggling with the pace. Not as bad as obviously as Richmond, but struggling once again as there's quite a few races in the playoffs. At least just the Xfinity playoffs doesn't really play into my favor as much as the Cup Series does. So obviously it's going to be a little bit tougher to win the championship this time around. Now as the green flag though is out, the final stage is underway here at Dover. We're about to decide the drivers to be eliminated from the playoffs as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2, trying to make a 3 wide up on the outside of Ryan Sieg, and it does not work at all now as we come out of turn 2, heading down this back straightaway. Tyler Reddick on my inside. He surprisingly has been the top driver in the season, or in the standings all season, but he has not had a very good start to the playoffs either. So Reddick isn't really safe right now as we go down this front straightaway, crossing the line. But if Reddick doesn't make a big mistake, he should be able to still make the next round with 12 laps to go here at Dover International Raceway. Now as we come through turns 1 and on the exit of turn 2, Williams getting past me. John Hunter Nemechek actually on my inside at this point. We would fall all the way down to P16 as we came through now on this 22nd lap. Not many laps to go. Jeffrey Earnhardt leading the way as we come out of turn 2, and now as we came through on lap 26, still P16, but Ray Black Jr. just in front of us as our rival Chastain's behind us, but Ray Black has issues. He goes spinning into turns 1. We stay in the throttle just to stay ahead of Chastain, and this is going to force NASCAR overtime here in the last race of this first round of the playoffs. Now Justin Allgaier actually leading at this point as we get ready to start overtime here from the 15th position. Not been a very good race for ourselves. We've only been in the top 10 early in stage 1 now as the green flag is back, and once again we are underway here for overtime in the final round of the final race of this round here in the playoffs as we go down into turns 1, making it 3 wide up the inside of Christopher Bell, who hasn't had a great race, and Chastain gives us the bumper as we go through into turns 1 and turns 2. More contact made with Chastain. We push up into the side of the 23. Sideways goes Nemechek. On the inside is Williams as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4, approaching the final lap. Contact made with Williams. That pushes me up the track now as we come through on the exit now of turn 4, heading down the front straightaway. The white flag is in the air. Our teammate Chase Briscoe currently leading the way as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. Briscoe all the way at the top of the track, and he's about to blow the victory away now as we exit turn 2, heading down this back straightaway into the wall. Now as we exit the corner, going to get down in front of the car behind us just to make sure we protect that bottom as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here at Dover. As we exit the corner, Nemechek has to run now as we make a mistake, and we're going to come through to cross the line in a very disappointing finish here in P19 in Dover, and the winner would be Michael Annette, who crossed the line first in front of Briscoe, as we would though make the next round by 8 points. Our teammate Cole Custer eliminated by 5 points, and Reddick is the final spot in. So very disappointing for our teammate Cole Custer, who ran in the top 3 in the point standings all season but couldn't get any playoff points to really help him out. So unfortunate for him, he is out of the playoffs, but that's really an opportunity for us. A big player is already out. So as always though, if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. In the next one we have I believe a truck race, unless I did that one. I can't remember if I did that one or not now, as obviously hopefully we can run well here in the next round of the Xfinity Series. We made the next round, so nothing to be worried about, but we are now 4 points to the good. This is to make the final 4, so we might do the whole next round in the next episode and then save the season finale for its own episode. But there you see it. Gregson 12 out, Christopher Bell 11 out, Cindric 10 out, Michael Annette 4 out. Both 2 Stuart Haas racing cars left in the playoffs. We're in the final 4 currently, so hopefully it stays that way. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.